So hereby we will start our lecture. Okay. On the behalf of Brian Mumbai Municipal Corporation, Online Education, English Medium, myself Jayashree Jaiswal from Chinchauli School, Malad West, I am hereby to take your lectures on the subject Science 2 of Class 9. As in the first session, we have started a chapter number 16, Heredity and Variation. Today we will be seeing the next part of this chapter. Okay, students, I think so all are able to hear me and you can see my slides also. Moving further, first of all, very fast, we will recall all the topics which we have seen previously. So in the previous lecture, we have studied about this topics. First one was heredity. So what is heredity? In the last lecture, I told my students that you should read the lesson thoroughly so that you can be linked with the further part. So, what is heredity? The transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring is called as heredity. Therefore, every living organism has similar characteristics as its parents. Yeah. So, next topic was inheritance. Now, what is inheritance? The tendency to transmit the variations from one generation to the next is called as inheritance. So, the offsprings which were produced through sexual reproduction show more variations. Those produced through asexual reproduction have comparatively much lesser variations. So, all these things can see in the inheritance. Now, next topic was genetics. What is genetics? Genetics is the branch of biology which studies the transfer of characteristics of organisms in the form of genes from one generation to the next. So, who is responsible to transmit all the variations which we have seen in our offsprings is just due to the genetics, and many scientists are studying on this. So when the next topic was inherited traits and expression of traits. So what do you mean by inherited traits or the expression of traits? In this, the traits means and characteristics. Traits means and characteristics. Okay, so for this, who is responsible? How do the specific traits or characters appears in the organisms? The specific characteristics seen in any living organisms are due to the genes which are transmitted from its parents to the offspring. And answer is DNA. Okay. So in this, we have seen that the growth in the height of a plant depends upon this growth hormone, that is DNA. And due to the quantity of the growth hormone only, the height of the plant is determined. And the quantity of growth hormones produced by a plant depends upon the efficiency of the concerned enzyme. And the efficient enzyme produce a greater quantity of the hormone, resulting into a taller plant. So, height depends upon the sequence of the nucleotides which are present in the DNA. Then we have seen about the chromosomes and the types of chromosomes. So, what are the chromosomes? The chromosomes are made up of what? The nucleic acids and the proteins. They have heredity characteristics located on them in the form of DNA molecule, and the number of chromosomes is specified for every species. Okay, the structure of chromosome is just like an English alphabet, that is X. Okay, the proteins which are present on the chromosomes are histones, and DNA is present along with the histones in the chromosomes. Okay, so on the position of the centromere which is present in the chromosome, there are different types of chromosomes. And what are the different types of chromosomes? Metacentric chromosome, submetacentric chromosome, acrocentric chromosomes, and telocentric chromosome. What are the four? In details, we have seen in your previous lecture. So based on their functions, the chromosomes can be somatic. Somatic means what? Body chromosomes. And the sex chromosomes, those that determine the sex. The somatic chromosomes can be homologous or heterologous chromosomes. So these were the topics which we have seen in our previous lecture. Now moving to the further topic, that is DNA. In I just now I have told that in chromosomes that which what are responsible for the characteristics which are transferred from the parents to the offsprings, they are DNA. So what is the full form of the DNA? The full form of the DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. What is the full form of the DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Yes? Full form of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Now, how it looks now? See, this is the structure of the DNA. This is the structure of the DNA. This is the structure of the DNA. Whenever a term arises in your mind, what is DNA? The first picture should come in your mind. That picture is this. This is the structure of DNA. This is a structure of DNA. See, it looks like a string. Yes or no? Yeah. And it is not single stranded, it is double stranded. See. Yes. So this is a structure of an DNA. Now, in whose mind this comes? That from what? And the scientist was Friedrich Mister. Yeah, he was a Friedrich Mister in 1869 who discovered DNA molecule. Okay, while studying what? White blood cells, and it is found in the nucleus and is acidic in nature. Therefore, it is called as an nucleic acid. Where while studying white blood cells, he found that what it is found in the nucleus and it is what acidic in nature. In science one, we have seen that acidic nature, basic nature. So this is acidic nature. Therefore, it is called as an nucleic acid and DNA is present in all organisms. Okay, DNA is present in all organisms. So began working with the white blood cells in 1869. White blood cells are a major, as we are knowing that white blood cells are the major component of pus in infections. As a result, Meister collected a lot of pus from the bandages at a local hospital, added a weak alkaline solution to the white blood cells. When he did the cells decompose and caused the nuclei to move out of the solution. Okay, when he has done all this experiment, when he added a weak alkaline solution to this white blood cells, when he did the cells decompose and caused the nuclei to move out of the solution. From the nuclei, Michael isolated a substance known as a nuclein. What? From the nuclei, what he has done? He isolated a substance known as an nuclein, and after chemical analysis, nuclein was what? Later renamed as a DNA. After chemical analysis, nuclein was later renamed as an DNA. Okay, he was the one who was responsible to find or to search about the DNA. As we have known that all this means what? He has searched DNA from this, but the molecules of DNA are present in all organisms from bacteria, virus, plants, animals, or human beings. Okay, so molecules of the DNA are present in all organisms from viruses and bacteria to human beings. And these molecules, what are the functions of this DNA now? What does they are responsible for? DNA controls the functioning, growth and division, that is reproduction of the cell. So what is the function of DNA? DNA controls the functioning, growth and division, that is reproduction of the cell. It also bears hereditary characters, and is responsible for genetic transmission. It is also responsible for genetic transmission. So it is called as what? Master molecule. In the previous slide, I have shown, I have written DNA and in bracket I have written the master molecule. So as it is responsible for genetic transmission and it bears hereditary characters, it is called as a master molecule. DNA is called as master molecule. Yes, up till here you understood why it is given the name is given as a master molecule. Now, what now we are knowing that DNA is there, but do you know where it locates? So we will study about the location of the DNA. So where we find this DNA? Okay, where we find this DNA? The structure of DNA molecule is the same in all organisms. Yes. So what we will see in further say. Now see in this slide. See the picture of cell it is given. Yes, students. So, as we are knowing in the cells where there are many organelles, cell organelles, just like as Golgi complex, mitochondria, yeah, many things, liposomes, all these things are present in this cell. But in this cell, there is a presence of nucleus also. There is a presence of nucleus, and in this nucleus, the chromosomes are present. In this cell, many cell organelles are there, like mitochondria, then ribosomes, then means Golgi complex, many things are there. But with them, the nucleus is also present in the cell, and in this nucleus, chromosomes are present, and these chromosomes are made up of this type of structure, that is DNA. Now you know where we found DNA. So we can say that DNA is present in all over the body. As cells are present throughout the body, so we can find this DNA throughout the body. Understand up till here? So this is the location of the DNA. Now in this picture we have seen this DNA are what? This DNA are having double helix structure, yeah, or we can say that they are in the string form. Yes, why? Because when we uncoil these chromosomes, what will happen? These supercoils are made up of what? Different and many types of histones, and histones are having what? DNA. So when we uncoil these chromosomes, it is very tough to keep all this DNA in our body at a proper place. So this due to this chromosomes and the DNA are in the form of this double stranded, or it is having its structure is double helix. So it is made up of double stranded. As they are present in the string form, the place which is needed is less. So this is the reason behind this, why they are in what? Double stranded form, or in the this helix form. Now what are the DNA? Just now I have told what is the full form of the DNA. It is deoxyribonucleic acid. Chromosomes are mainly made up of DNA and proteins. Chromosomes are mainly made up of DNA and proteins, and it was discovered by Swiss biochemist, that is, who is that? Friedrich Meister in 1869 by studying white blood cells and present in nucleus, so called as what? Nucleic acid. Present in all organisms from viruses and bacteria to human beings. And what are the function of DNA? It controls the functioning, growth and division, that is reproduction of the cell, and are therefore called as what? Master molecules. For this reason, they are called as an master molecules. So what is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Then chromosomes are mainly made up of DNA proteins, and it was discovered by whom? Swiss biochemist Frederick Mica in 1869 while studying white blood cells. So this presence in nucleus, so they are called as nucleic acid, and it is present in all organisms from viruses and bacteria to human beings. And it controls what? What is the function of it? It controls the functioning and growth and division of the cell, and therefore they are called as master molecules. Yes? Now, we will move further to the topic, that is structure of DNA. Now, what is the structure of DNA? How it looks? Just now we have seen in the slide the picture of the DNA. So, in 1953, Waston and Crick produced a double helical model of the DNA molecule. Who was that? Waston and Crick produced a double helical model of DNA molecule. Now, how it looks? See, as per this model, two parallel two parallel threads of nucleotides are coiled around each other. Yes or no? They are coiled just around each other, and this arrangement is called as double helix. This arrangement of strands or threads, it is called as double helix, and this structure can be compared with a coiled and flexible ladder. This structure can be compared with a coiled and a flexible ladder. And now see, in each strand, what we have seen, each strand in the molecule of DNA is made up of many small molecules known as nucleotide. Each strand in the molecule of DNA is made up of many small molecules which are known as what? Nucleotides. See in this picture you can see sugar phosphate backbone, base pair, adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine. Now what are these? We can see in the next slide. Now, there are four types of nitrogenous bases. There are four types of nitrogenous bases. They are adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. What are the four types of nitrogenous bases? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Adenine and guanine is called as what? Purines. Adenine and guanine is called as what? Purines, while cytosine and thymine are called as pyrimidines. Cytosine and thymines are called as pyrimidines. Adenine and guanine is called as purines. Cytosine and thymine are called as pyrimidines. And what are these four? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. They are the four types of nitrogenous bases. They are the four types of nitrogenous bases. So in this structure of nucleotide, a molecule of a nitrogenous bases and phosphoric acid are each joined to molecule of a sugar. They are each joined to the molecule of a sugar. As there are four types of nitrogenous bases, nucleotides are also of four types. As there are four bases, so nucleotides are also of four types. So keep in mind, students, that adenine always pair with thymine and cytosine is always pairs with guanine. Keep in mind, ATCG. Adenine always pairs with thymine. Cytosine always pair with guanine. Up till here you understood what is this? Now, see in the picture, these are the phosphate group. This is a nitrogen base, that is adenine, and this is a sugar. Just now we have seen they are what? They are in between, they are having, they are each are joined to a molecule of a sugar. They are joined to a molecule of sugar. See this phosphate group and see this nitrogenous adenine. Up till here you understood? Now, this is the structure of molecular DNA. Molecular DNA. This yellow part are the strands. These are the strands. See the strands. You can see the sequence and the sequence. See, these are anti-parallel. These are anti-parallel. Okay. In both are having, see, double-stranded DNA. This phosphate groups or deoxyribose, they are joined with a hydrogen bond. They are joined with a hydrogen bond. And see this purines and pyrimidine C, T8. T is thymine is what? Bonded with what? Adenine. Guanine is what? Bonded with the cytosine. See this pairings. Yes. So this is the molecular formula of the DNA. This is the molecular formula of the DNA. So in the structure of nucleotide, a molecule of a nitrogen base and a phosphoric acid are each joined to a molecule of a sugar. Yes, as there are four types of nitrogen bases, nucleotides are also of four types. And nucleotides are arranged like a chain in a molecule of DNA. The two threads of a DNA, the two threads of the DNA molecule are comparable to the what? Two rails of a ladder, and each rail is made up of alternately joined molecules of sugar and phosphoric acid. Each rung of the ladder is a pair of nitrogen bases joined by what? Hydrogen bonds. And adenine is always paired with thymine, and guanine is always paired with cytosine. Keep in mind, see in this picture also you can see what? That they are pairing with the same one, that is adenine with thymine, guanine with cytosine. See there, double stranded, and they are in anti-parallel what? Sequence. Okay, hydrogen bond is present, phosphorus means what? This is the molecular DNA. This is the molecular structure of this DNA. In details, you can see in the higher classes. Okay, so up till here you understood how they are structured and how they are formed. Yeah, these are the. This is all about the what? DNA. Now moving further to the genes. Now what are genes? So each chromosome is made up of a single DNA molecule. Single DNA molecule, and the segments of the DNA molecule are called what? Genes. The segments of this DNA molecule are called genes, and genes are defined as the functional units of heredity. What are genes? Genes are defined as the functional units of the heredity. The nucleotide sequence which are present in a DNA molecule is a genes. Means what? Segments of DNA molecules are called genes. Thus, genes are seen on the DNA molecule. Thus, genes are seen on the DNA molecule. Due to the variety in the sequence of the nucleotide, different kinds of genes are also formed. Yeah. Due to variety of what? In the sequence of nucleotides, different kinds of genes are formed. And these genes are arranged in a line. These genes are arranged in a line. And genes control the structure and the function of the cells of the body. Genes control what? The structure and the function of the cells and of the body. So genes control the structure and the function of the body, and also help to what? Transmit the hereditary characteristics from parents to the offspring. Yes, due to this, they transmit the hereditary characteristics from parents to the offspring. Hence, they are said to be a functional units of heredity. Due to this reason only, they are called as what? They are called as a functional units of what? Heredity. That is why many similarities are seen between whom? Parents and their offspring. Due to this genes only, what happens? Many similarities are seen between parents and their offspring. So information about protein synthesis is stored in the genes only. So now students, you understand what are genes? Genes are defined as the functional units of heredity, and the nucleotide sequence which are present in DNA molecule is what? Genes. They are genes. Thus genes are seen on when? On the DNA molecule. So segments of the DNA molecule are called as genes. Due to the variety of the sequence of nucleotides, different kinds of genes are formed. These genes are arranged in what? These genes are arranged in a line. And what is the function of these genes? These genes control the structure and the function of the cells and of the body. Cells means what? The cells which are present all over throughout the body. So they control the structure and the function of the cells of the body. And also they transmit the hereditary characteristics from parents to offsprings. And also they transmit the hereditary characteristics from parents to offspring. Hence, they are said to be as a functional units of heredity. This is the reason behind this, why they are called as the functional units of the heredity. So, many similarities are also seen between parents and their offsprings, and who is responsible for this? Genes. So, all the information about the protein synthesis is stored in the genes. All this information regarding the protein synthesis is stored in the genes. So, this is all about the what? Genes. Now, moving further to the topic, that is Human Genome Project. Now, what is this Human Genome Project? What is this Human Genome Project? Now, in April 2003, sorry, researchers announced that the Human Genome Project had completed a high quality sequence of essentially the entire human genome. In which year? In April 2003, researchers announced that the Human Genome Project had completed a high quality sequence of essentially the entire human genome. So, this sequence closed the gaps from a working draft of the genome which was published in 2001. So, in 1990, the Human Genome Project was together undertaken by all the genetics of the world. When in the year 1990, the Human Genome Project was together undertaken by all the genetics of the world. In June 2000, scientists of this project and Celera Genomics Corporation, a private industry in USA. What is this? Who is the Celera Genomics Corporation, a private industry in USA, collectively announced the discovery of what? The complete DNA sequence of the human genome. So, depending upon the findings of this project, the scientists confirmed that the number of genes in the human genome is about what? How many? 20,000 to 30,000. Means when the number of genes are 20,000 to 30,000 means you can see that in our body how many characteristics and how many variations we can find in our body. So later scientists discovered the genomic sequence of many microorganisms too. So the sequence which were closed the gaps from working drafts of genome which was published in 2001, and it also identified the locations of many human genes and provided information about their structure and organizations. So, this project met the sequence of human genome and tools to analyze the data freely available via the internet. Okay, how this project has helped us? This project met the sequence of the human genome and tools to analyze the data freely available via the internet. So in addition to the Human Genome Project sequenced the genomes of several other organisms including Brewer's yeast, the roundworm and the fruit fly. So in 2002, researchers announced that they had also completed a working draft of the mouse genome. In which year? In 2002, researchers announced that they had also completed working draft of the mouse genome. So by studying the similarities and differences between the human genes, those of other organisms, researchers can discover the functions of particular genes and identify which genes are critical for life. So by studying the similarities and differences between humans and human genes and those of other organisms, researchers can discover the functions of particular genes and identify which genes are critical for life. Which genes are critical for life. So due to research in genomics, diseases causing genes can be identified, and if disease causing genes are identified, genetic disease can be diagnosed and properly treated. Yes or no? Yes. So, what is this Human Genome Project? Human Genome Project is a great work in the field of human genetics, which has been done by few nations. Which has been done by few nations. And according to the findings of HGP, that is Human Genome Project, there are 20,000 to 30,000 genes in the human body. And the detailed findings of this reports are available on the website. So, my dear students, it is your homework that you have to find the different reports which are present on the website. See, in the textbook, it is given on the page number 183, the website name www.genome.gov. Okay, on this you have to search all the what different reports which were uh, prepared by the different scientists by a different presented by the different nations. Okay, so up till here you understood what is a human genome project. Moving further to the next topic, that is DNA fingerprinting. This is a new project, that is DNA fingerprinting. Now what is this DNA fingerprinting? DNA fingerprinting. It is a sequence of the genes in the DNA of a person. It is a sequence of the genes in the DNA of a person, that is, the genome of the person is identified. That is, the genome of the person is identified. So, how it is useful? It is useful to identify what? It is useful to identify the lineage, to identify criminals, because it is unique to every person. Unique means what? It is different for a or a every person. So what is a DNA fingerprinting? The sequence of the genes in the DNA of a person is called as genome. By DNA fingerprinting technique, a person's genome is identified, and it is also used to what? To identify the lineage and to identify criminals, because it is unique to every person. So this is all about the DNA fingerprinting. So the further topic we can discuss in our next session. So my dear students, in this session, what we have seen? We have seen about the DNA. So what is DNA? DNA is a what? Deoxyribonucleic acid. What is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. And one more thing, in your exams, it can be asked or in a brief or in a short notes. It can be asked with the help of the structure formula, or you have to explain DNA. So keep in mind, my dear students, you should read in, you can learn all these topics. Okay. So who was the person who discovered this DNA molecule? He was Frederick Nestor. And in which year he discovered this DNA molecule? In the year 1869. And how it is discovered? When he was studying white blood cells. And what is white blood cells? It is just a pus. When a infection is done or it has been occurred in the infected part, then this white blood cells are from that white blood cells were collected by this person, and he studied about this, and what he found, it is found in, and this all this it is found in the nucleus, and which is in acidic in nature, and therefore it is called as what? Nucleic acid. And this DNA is present in all organisms, for example virus, bacteria, all plants, animals, and human beings. Then we have seen about the function of DNA. Now, what is the functions of DNA? DNA controls the functioning of growth and divisions, that is reproductions of the cell. It also bears what? Hereditary characters and is responsible for what? It is responsible for what? It is responsible for genetic transmission. So it is called as what? So it is called as master molecule. So it is called as master molecule. So what is the structure of DNA? What is the structure of DNA? What is the structure of DNA? So Watson and Crick. See this slide. Watson and Crick proposed the model for DNA structure in 1953, and accordingly, DNA structure proposed by Watson and Crick, the DNA molecules is what? Is double helix. Is double helix. So what is the structure of it? See in this slide you have seen, I have explained you already. Each strand of this helix is made up of nucleotides. Each nucleotide is made up of phosphoric acid, a deoxyribose sugar, and a nitrogenous base. So the nitrogenous bases are of two types, that is purines and pyrimidines. Okay, the purines are of two types. What are they? What are the two types of purines? The purines are what? Adenine and guanine. Adenine and guanine. Pyrimidines are of two types, that is cytosine and thymine. The helicals have hydrogen bonds with opposite sides, and the adenine always pairs with what? Adenine always pairs with thymine and with a double hydrogen bond, while cytosine always pairs with guanine with a triple hydrogen bond. Keep in mind, students, adenine always pairs with thymine but with the double hydrogen bond, while cytosine and guanine, they always pairs with a triple hydrogen bond. The deoxyribose sugar and the phosphoric acid alternate with each other and are arranged in the outer side of each helix. In the outer side of the each helix. Okay. So the genes in the form of nucleotide sequence are located on the DNA molecule, which is transmitted through the parental DNA to the offsprings. Okay, offsprings means to the next generation. Then we have seen the topic, that is genes. So genes are defined as the functional units of heredity. The nucleotide sequence present in DNA molecule is a gene. Thus, genes are seen on the DNA molecule. Genes control what? The structure and the function of the body and help to transmit what? The heredity characters from parental generation to the offspring. So this is all about the genes. Then we have seen about the project, that is Human Genome Project. So what is a Human Genome Project? Human Genome Project is a great work in the field of human genetics which has been done by few nations. According to the findings of HGP, there are 20,000 to 30,000 genes in the human body, and the detailed findings of this reports are available on the website, which is given on the textbook page number 183. Okay. Then we have seen the new topic, that is DNA fingerprinting. So what is a DNA fingerprinting? The sequence of the genes in the DNA of a person is called as what? Genome. And when by DNA fingerprinting printing technique, a person's genome can be identified, and mostly it is used or used by the what? Used for the to identify the criminals. So it is also used to identify the lineage and to identify criminals because it is a unique to every person. So hereby, my dear students, I have completed today's session. So I will thanks to all my dear students for listening me and trying to understand what I have explained you. Yes. Yes, ma'am, I have completed my lecture.